Hi Aries. I'm going to keep this introduction shorter than for anybody else because you're Aries and I know. I'm going to take a card from each of these decks. These are decks by an Aboriginal Australian healer named Mel Brown, and I love him, and I went looking for something that spoke to my various experiences of divine energies, and I have African and other ones as well, and so but I wanted for winter solstice to start with these, so I'm going to take a card from each of these decks. This one has to do with parts of the body that need attention. This has to do with past, present, future energies, so whichever one pops out, we know which time frame we're dealing with. And these are dream oracles that were given to Mel by her ancestors through her dreams. Yes? Okay. How was that for time? And then we'll do tarot. Okay, I'm going to set those cards up here. I'm not going to read them right away. We'll do a tarot reading, and then I'll go into what the meanings of these cards are, and we'll tie it all together. Yes? Okay. Hang on. Get these to the side. How are you doing, Aries? I think what I'm going to do in future readings is get a card to see how you're doing right off the bat. Okay. For now, if these don't want to fly, there we go. Yes, it wants to fly. Ah, Matt. Nope, Horus. The other one's Matt. Okay, so your throat chakra, Aries, your communication, which can be affected by your feelings, if there's a blockage in your throat. Okay, or your words. Got it. And that might have everything to, well, if it had psychic connections, it would tell us it would be purple or white. So this is more to do with probably your mind, but we'll find out. We will find out. And now, is it past, present, or future? Past is popping out, but okay, so let's just see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yep, a past one. Calmness. Oh, Aries. Okay. Calmness, Aries. What do you think? And as for a dream oracle, I'll do. This is why there's like themes. She's on a Mother Earth is on this. This one has popped up for several people. Emotional exhaustion and wondrous opportunities. This came through, I'm trying to remember for who else. Okay. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's get into tarot, Aries. Knave of Swords, yes. Okay, well that's on point. The one who likes to be underestimated is not sure about anything right now, and some information is missing because he's the information gatherer. People like to call him rude things. I really like that card. I do a lot of what he does, and I know a lot about a lot of people that don't want to be known about. And usually you don't even need to do anything harsh to get that information. You just have to be a little bit smart, because they're not all so smart. So this guy is really probably As far as I'm concerned, he might be the smartest guy in the whole deck. Person. And he has mobility because he's a knave. Kings and knights and queens, they don't have too much, you know, they've got power, but the power can be confining. So what they know, they do know a lot. Kings and queens, they are masters. But they are also faced with seclusion. So, because the power removes them, yes? This knave is feeling stuck when he is normally anything but. Sideways energy. This is what's keeping him stuck. Okay. Three of Pentacles. So a work opportunity, a collaboration. It might not, well, I usually think of it as being work related. And something's not manifesting. Something's not manifesting. What is it, Aries? Whoa. And I shuffled these cards, as always. Okay. Well. Mother Earth. High Priestess, Moon. I consider Justice. I consider most of the major arcana female energy to be High Priestess in different manifestations. Here's where she gets involved. This is where she informs and knows, and this is where she actually makes something happen. Right, okay, and she is throwing you off your game. Absolutely, because she's got you at both ends, and you're in the middle. Okay, so you've been cornered. You're cornered. Look at this. Oh, Aries. What have you done? Okay, so this is charted. This is charted timing. These are charted events. So there was no avoiding this. And that's probably, see, this knave likes to be a Time Lord. This knave likes to be, you like to be the one that weaves in and out. And cheat, you know, not cheats it, but basically, you know, because you're alert, because this guy's alert, watchful, and all of a sudden, she's been, you know, because she knows everything. And I'm not saying this is a human she, I'm saying you're up against a divine. And for what reason? Because this is not in your best interest. Or there's something more you need to up level. Let's get one more card. This is oh. Okay. Oh, two. Right. Can we see? Two of Swords and Queen of Cups. Very interesting. What was I saying? Something's not working. Something's not manifesting. It's not. You need. Okay. So let's look at that yellow and that blue. Look at that symmetry. Okay. No accident there. So what you know and what you want. Okay, let's not beat about the bush. Let's get straight into what, because you'll know by looking at this whether or not this is Queen of Cups. Is that it doesn't seem like your energy. And Justice, the 7th house, the house of the other, the house of your first house. And right in opposition to you is the 7th house on the chart. And this is the card that rules Justice. Venus, Mother Earth is a ruler of that house. It's in Libra, and this is the card of that. So this has everything to do with another. Yes. High Priestess is connected to 4th house of roots. This is actually connected to the 3rd house. Gemini, Mercury. Knowledge. But yeah, the 4th house of roots. And bloodlines and blood ties. Okay. Okay, let's see what Horus has to say. Because again, okay, and the 2 of Swords and being stuck in your throat. Horus is an Egyptian sun god who's often depicted with the head of a bird. Horus was born to his father, Osiris, mother Isis, and had a brother named Seth. Seth killed their father, and as Horus grew up, he swore to avenge his father's death. Horus and Seth engaged in many battles. However, during one such battle, Seth blinded Horus in his left eye. The god Thoth healed and restored Horus's eye, which enabled him to finally battle and kill Seth. The eye was then said to be magical and represented the symbol and power of protection, and the story of the wounded eye then came to represent the different phases of the moon. Well, here we have moon energy right here. Having the powers to protect comes with much responsibility, and he's very interested in knowing what needs to be known in order to be safe. And either his own, not even necessarily his own safety, but the situation. Of course, his own safety matters to him, but yes, requires a clear sense of judgment. I mean, I realize it's not the judgment card, but the judgment card would be a reunion and rebirth card. So in terms of judgment, we're speaking justice here. When people you love need protection, it's natural to step into that role. And the camera cut out. Learn from the situation by themselves. This is a lesson as much for you as it is for them. Stay on the fringes, and even if it gets messy, try not to offer support. Times may be tough for your loved one. However, this is a real opportunity for them to change their behavior and begin to have more positive outcomes in their life. For you, it's a chance to stand back and watch how strong and resilient your loved one really is. Okay. Well, that speaks to not having a clear, and both of these saying yes, no, it's not outsmarted you, but we got you in your head for a reason, and that's because, yeah, okay, that just absolutely repeated everything that's here. Absolutely repeated everything that's here. Okay. It's such a mean card for you. Calmness, and now we know. Okay. It's past energy. It's not present or future. Or we're dealing with past. So if this person, is this the past coming up is catching up with them, right? It's, yes. And that's why, right? It's their cycle that they have to, I mean, for me, this is not a good universe. This is, my God has to hack this universe because it was stolen, that kind of thing, right? So I'm not trying to say that I personally believe that we are meant to learn by suffering. I know who put us here means for us to learn through suffering. Absolutely. I'm not on board with that, but we might as well If we don't know the system, we can't get past it. Okay. I'm looking for wild fennel. Sure, the last one. Okay. Wild fennel medicine is gentle and calming. Finding the happy medium between doing nothing and responding in a forceful manner is a skill that takes extensive practice to master. Okay. Often doing nothing at all and leaving it to the ancestors to manage may seem like the easiest option, but ask yourself first, are you using this as an excuse to avoid the situation? Oh, well, just to add some flavor to this, let's say yes but no. In most cases, managing situations with a calm and gentle planned approach will provide us with the best outcomes, even when those around us are responding on a totally different energy level. Your situation required a slow and measured intervention to ensure a positive outcome. However, you confused the situation by doing nothing at all. Doing nothing caused the situation to deteriorate beyond your control. Being laid back or passing the responsibility to others has not been helpful. It required a gentle response to relieve the situation. Okay, so then what they're saying is to strike a balance. Is that what we're saying? We do have things balancing here. So this person that you care about needs to grow and solve this. Yes? They don't need to be abandoned. You need your own game plan for this. Maybe you need to write it down and remind yourself of it, whatever you need to do, so that you don't flip the switch, right? Because they're going to be reactive. They're going to be in a highly reactive state, and you need to be in an active state, not a reactive state, which, you know, for fire energy, you can do it though, absolutely, if you know that that's what you're... So you're getting counsel right now, serious counsel, and so the idea being that if you can not assume high priestess role in this, or high priest role, but allow that somebody else actually is intervening. Yes, divine's intervening, so, but don't be mindless about it. Decide how you can be calm, decide how you can, like you want to get out of the Two of Swords energy. Yes, you want your knave turned, you want this knave turned around, right? So this is information that you needed. And it's an affirmation. Emotional exhaustion. In the dream time, the koala walked on the ground. It was a hard life for the koala, as he would sometimes have to walk for days to find his food, as the eucalyptus leaves he usually ate grew high in the trees, and getting food was often difficult, and he couldn't reach them. One day he was sitting at the bottom of the tree, tired and hungry, when a goanna walked past, and stopped to see why the koala was upset. The goanna laughed and asked the koala if he could see his claws, which the koala proudly showed the goanna. The goanna asked why the koala didn't just climb up the tree and get his food. The koala said he didn't know how to climb. So the goanna spent the day teaching the koala to climb. By the end of the day, the koala was an expert climber and sat in the top of the tree eating till his tongue was so full that all he could do was go to sleep. When all the other koalas saw him at the top of the tree eating and sleeping all day, they followed his example. From this day on, this became the koala's new way of life. It may be feeling like with every step forward you take 2 steps back. Sometimes our impatience prevents us from seeing that our very actions are what is setting us back. Just reevaluate the situation for a moment and reset your goals, because what you're trying to achieve will still be there when you find your feet, and then things will move forward very quickly. When you find your feet, his feet are up in the air, and he likes to move here and there, right? Quickly, yes. Okay, so yes, reevaluate the situation. Reevaluate the situation. This is the 3rd time that this reading has said it. Wait a minute, no, I still need that book. All right, okay. Because, now why? The reason why. What's the objective, Aries? What's the objective? Wondrous opportunities. The very last card. Very last card of the deck. Back at the time when the animals were just created, they gathered together to decide on which each of their roles would be. Each animal thought about it for a while, and one by one returned to the group to discuss their thoughts and decisions. The kookaburra said he wanted to spread happiness, and decided his role was to laugh loudly, to remind the other animals of the joys of being alive. The crocodile said his role was to be scary, and to keep the children away from the water, so that they wouldn't accidentally drown. The tiny sugar ant waited until last to speak because he had no idea how he could be helpful, as he was always too busy eating the dead foliage on the ground while searching for his beloved nectar. All the other animals laughed warmly and told the tiny sugar ant how important it was to clean up the debris in the bush, and that he was the perfect animal to do so. At the end of the day, all the animals agreed that the key to creating a balanced and harmonious environment was for everyone to work together. You feel confident working on your own. This way you can create unique opportunities which are highly beneficial to you. Sorry. In your quest to work alone, you miss out on the creativity and relationships that occur when you work with others. This is a great time to reconsider your reclusiveness and seek the company of others. On this occasion, there's a lot to be gained regarding the sharing of information and skills. So the question is that what to do while she is going, or this other person, your person, is going through their stuff? Because we have this Three of Pentacles, which has everything to do with this collaboration, these collaborations that they're speaking of. And I know a lot of the time I work alone because the collaborations all fall through. And why? Because I tend to want to collaborate with people that I get the spark, I get the Sagittarian spark of, you know, the people I meet, and it doesn't mean that they're necessarily ready. And sometimes I'm not ready for the other people. So what it's saying is people are being sent to you that are good, that are ready. So it might not be, they might not be people that you look at and go, hey, wait a minute, I want this, because we're fire energy. It will be people that make sense. So all of this strategy, oh God, she's got you being careful and thinking through things. Oy. That is a lesson. That is a lesson. Okay. However, it's not going away. It's not going away, Aries, until you master it. And this person is going to go through this until they've learned. Whatever's going on is meant to be going on. And so as much as you can bind yourself to that sacred path, it'll all be awesome. Oh, time for me to hang up and go eat something. Much love, Aries.